The way that he moved through that boulder was effortless. It really set a standard for the rest of the competitors. So I was really proud and inspired by Will's effort. And then in the women's competition, just seeing Kyra do that double dyno the way she did it, I thought that was incredible. What about you?
Incredible athleticism on the mats today. I was so inspired by 16-year-old Natsumi from Japan. She made her way here via the Adidas Rockstars Tokyo event, beating Miho, who was the second to top qualifier today in the semifinal round.
Behind our top qualifier, who was, of course, Alex Puccio, and in the men's competition was Keita Watabe. And we actually have Alex and Keita in the studio now to come and have a chat with us. Guys, come on in. We'll give them some space, let them sit down. Perch yourselves in here.
Incredibly excited to have a fellow American in finals tonight.
So I'm going to go with Keita first. Sorry, Alex. Did you see her roll her eyes then? Keita, you flashed all 4 boulders.
Yes.
Nobody else did that. How did that feel?
I'm free and very easy problem. So I'm faster. Sorry.
It's no good. Right? You just chill. Are you happy?
No.
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 Me neither.
If we were
very strong, right?
Yeah.
No.
You climbed so well. You were so strong.
Thank you.
It was incredible once you came out. You know, you were relatively early in the pack, and you just made those problems look so easy.
Right.
And you had several other Japanese competitors who also did really well, right?
4 Japanese in the finals.
3?
4.
4.
Yeah.
Me?
I think it's 3.
3.
I think it's 4.
No.
Oh, no,
Let's
it is 3.
Check
it is
the
3.
stats on
it is
Liam's
3.
analysis.
Don't kick me.
Yeah,
you're right.
We have gold
terrible
medalist,
counting.
world champion in bouldering, just 7th, missing the
Right,
cut.
exactly. Yes. So we have 3. You, Kokoro, and
Takata.
Takata.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, Tomoaki. He's so good. So, really excited to see you 3. Who's going to win?
I can't.
You think you can win?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well,
We heard it here first.
Keita, you climbed really well. We were really inspired. Thank you so much for joining us here. Alex, just grab the mic. You qualified in first.
Yes.
And you won last year.
Yes.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling excited for finals. Yeah, I didn't expect to. I mean, I've been saying this, and it's kind of true. I'm not in my best shape right now, so I didn't expect too much. I just said I would love to have made finals, which I achieved that. But of course, that goal keeps on extending the better you do, and I'm definitely gonna keep fighting and try not to, try to keep trying hard no matter what happens, even if my skin's bleeding.
Let's see.
It's not. It's a little thin.
Oh, come on. There's thin and then there's bleeding. That's not blood.
It could. Not
Just-
yet. Not yet.
Just last night, we were talking to Alex about how you are recently coming off of knee surgery. How is your knee feeling?
It felt pretty decent until I think about our 3rd climb, and there was a high step with the left leg, and I don't think it injured it more, but really like crouching down on that left leg does hurt a lot and shoots pain through my knee. So if you see me grabbing my knee here and there after I get off the climb, it doesn't mean it's injured, just means that it's just not feeling so hot. So I walked it off. It was fine. I think the one that gave most people trouble was the first climb. Yeah. Everyone was like hurting their back, the right side of our back, doing some weird movement. Yeah, it did not feel good. I went into isolation and I had to go straight to a massage like for 2 minutes because I was just like in so much pain I couldn't stand up.
Wow. The other thing that I wanted to ask you about was the setting. I mean, you just mentioned it there, but can you kind of give us some feedback on what the setting was like?
The setting was very... I think every climb, there wasn't that many climbs that were that much harder than the other one. Maybe the first one was slightly harder, and maybe it was just more technical and weird versus strength and power. And the second one as well, the first 2 were maybe slightly harder than the last 2. But yeah, I think it was very well-rounded, and nothing was too hard and nothing was too easy. So kind of perfect.
Awesome.
One of the highlights that Liam pointed out was the way that Kyra completed that last boulder problem.
I didn't get to see it. I need to watch it later.
That's right.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You can watch the replay. In fact, everybody can watch the replay on Facebook and on Instagram, in fact, which is where people will be watching this now. But she basically did it like double clutch both ways. She didn't go 1, 2, 3, 4. She like caught it and went again 2 hands simultaneously. was really nice.
Is that not what you're supposed to do?
Well, a lot of
Did
people
I
were
not
going,
do that?
We didn't see you do it. We saw a
I
lot of
thought
people
that's
going
what
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Maybe you did that as well.
I don't know.
We will have to watch the replay.
The first hold was so bad that I like went and I was like desperately caught the second one with 2 hands, and I was like,
nice.
oh, thank goodness.
Were there any new volumes on this set in comparison to the other competitions on the circuit?
Maybe. I don't really notice too much. I think they're very textured, which was nice because some volumes can, be really slippery and the texture not be that amazing. And these ones were pretty good to wear. Even Kyra's wearing long pants, and after one of the climbs, I come back into ISO. She's like, look at my knee. She ripped her pants and was still bleeding.
Wow.
So
we saw yesterday in qualifiers, Alex, you changed from shorts to pants mid-round.
Yeah, it's because I sat in water.
Oh, I thought it was going to be some technical explanation of, it's better to knee bar with pants on. Just
So
okay, 20 seconds before I had to go on Boulder 1, I sat in water, and I didn't have time to change my pants, so I was praying that no one could see it, and it didn't look like I peed my pants. So
we didn't notice.
And then I thought I brought extra shorts. I did it, and I only had pants, and it was very hot.
It was a noticeable outfit change.
Yeah.
That was it.
You'll be able to see Alex and Keita climbing later today in the finals, which will be live at 8 o'clock. Guys, you have a massage now.
Yes.
Go, relax, stretch, get a massage, get some food, rest before the finals. Congratulations again on a great performance.
Thank
well
you.
done. And we'll see you later on.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Get out.
Good luck tonight.
Okay, Sasha, we have 2 more guests to welcome in now. We have 2 very special guests, in fact. We have Sean McCall and Dave Graham. Guys, come on in.
2 of my personal favorite climbers. I've said that
She
about
said that so many times. Don't feel
many of the
special.
climbers, but this is truly 2 of my favorites. Wow. Dave Graham also lives in Colorado. Sean McCall is from Canada, but has been in Europe for a long time.
I want to start with Sean. Sean, tell us about yesterday, what happened. We had a good chat afterwards, and you kind of gave us a good roundup, but I'm interested to hear your perspective.
Yeah, I unfortunately didn't make semifinals. A little bit of a heartbreaker because the boulders were a little bit easy. There was 4 of them in qualification. I did 3 of them, and I fell once. And I just didn't figure out one of the boulders. I kind of tried it wrong twice, and then with the 4-minute qualification round, my 3rd try I almost did it. My foot slipped kind of near the top, and then I looked at the clock and I had 20 seconds. That's just part of the game, so I can only do 3 out of 4, and I didn't make it. But I watched the boulders today. They looked a lot harder. Still, you had to do 4 in less than 10 tries. I think it was 4, 9, and 6th place.
Yep.
So yeah, it's like you just can't make mistakes anymore. And there's so many good competitors that even those little mistakes, 1 try, 1 boulder, and you're out.
And these boulders weren't easy by any stretch.
No.
We're hoping to get you into the finals commentary later. Are you up for that?
Yeah, how much are you going to pay me?
I will pay you 1 beer.
Yeah, done.
Awesome.
Do I get a beer
We
from you
will
too?
be waging bets with shots on who's going to be completing.
First time.
Okay, I'm in.
Not shown
I'm in.
live, unless you want it to be shown live. Now, Dave, you weren't competing yesterday, nor was I.
No, I
What
wish I
is
was
your
competing.
take on competitions these days, and
Right.
any sort of feedback you could give from your so dominant outdoor bouldering, and then coming to a competition like this? It's obviously very different, right?
Yeah, I think being a super accident-prone individual, I'd have to wear some like shin guards and some elbow guards and like really try and protect all myself from all the volumes. Honestly, it looks super cool. I was in the warm-up and ISO zone, like playing around on some of the boulders that are in there and the volumes and kind of checking out what the features are these days. But honestly, as a rock climber, it still looks like a super fun game. Like I would love to be competing, and I'm kind of lucky in a way because I have a project in Switzerland I want to finish off, and I need skin for it, and I need to be fresh for it. But watching all the bouldering happen, I was like, man, I wish I was in this comp. And then I was like, oh, why didn't I do it? So I'm a little bit hesitant. Like maybe next time I'll actually do it, but this time it's probably good because I won't be too destroyed. But if I do comps like this, I bet I would have about a week of healing to do.
Dude, I would love to see you climb in a competition like
I've been
this.
trying my best to like practice like all the jumps and
It'd
all
be
the
so
volume
good.
stuff. Like
We
in
should
the
start
gym.
a petition.
But yeah, I mean, it could be cool. Like, why not,
Maybe maybe later we should actually just go play on the problems.
I was actually just on my way up there to check them out before you guys swooped me. But I was hoping to just get some sneaker tries in and just mess around with no chalk. But actually, it seems really cool because they've evolved a lot. The problems, like from the competitions that I did in the past, it was a lot more power oriented.
Yeah.
And now it seems like you can like think your way through it a little bit and be maybe smart and do well. Like it's not just raw power, which is maybe kind of cool for somebody like me.
I mean,
Because
that's
don't
a
think I'm
question-
the most powerful climber in general. But at the same time, it seems like the problems are much more of a game to understand,
Right,
you know, in a
and
certain
that's-
period of time, which seems hard, huh?
Something that I'd like to ask Sean, for someone that's been competing for so long, it's like, what, 40 years now?
Yeah, I'm almost 40. 39.
No, but, you know, in all seriousness, you've been competing for so long, you know, across literally generations or eras of setting. How has it evolved? And, you know, from when you first started to compete to now, what is different? What's changed?
It is funny that Dave mentions that because, yeah, the boulder problems they're much more, I'll say, global. Like, you got to have all the skills. Before, it was like, okay, power, campusing, even compression came in after I was competing for like 4 or 5 years. It was mostly just straight. You couldn't even really see the holds on the wall. And you're like, oh, what's he grabbing? It's like, oh, he's just grabbing that tiny little hold that his hand is covering. You can't even see it. Then came the evolution of like volumes.
Remember all the pinch problems in America? Like in a lot of the comps, it was just like jump to the pinch.
I remember the
Square
comp in
up,
Yeah.
Vail,
to the
like
pinch, you know?
2011 or 12, maybe. It was just pinch-tastic.
And that's when like compression came in, pinches and then compression.
Bubble wrap pinches. Yeah. A lot
And
of
then that era was like 5 or 6 years. And then came a little bit of coordination, a little bit of jumping. And then in the past, I don't know, 5 to 7 years, there's still jumping and coordination, but then came the pressing and the anti-compression. So like in a dihedral, and then all of a sudden, then it was like, oh, we can start facing the crowd. And then it looks really cool on cameras. So then it was like, sometimes you face the crowd, sometimes it's like, you know, you have to reach like behind your shoulder, and then it's like, oh, and then I need to get my foot there. And like,
That's where I want like a helmet or something, because it looks super sketch.
flexibility. And so now you have all these different elements, and now the root setters can, there's not so many power and crimp boulders. Part of it is because the competitors are so strong now.
Right.
It's so hard to set a boulder that, you know, 1 or 2 or 3 people can do, and then not everyone can do, or there's impossible. So now it's just, you kind of just have to do everything, and it's a little bit of a crapshoot, which is hard as a competitor.
That's what we were talking about as we were watching the commentating, was that it requires such an overall well-rounded athlete to be competing, because you need to have flexibility, strength, agility, and also coordination. I mean, there are so many double dynos to then also be throwing your leg up above your shoulder.
I mean, even just on Boulder 1 in the guys, you know, it was so interesting. It was very slow. You know, in this round, the guys had to move on those tenuous, slopey pinches, round the corner, do a whole press off the leg, then hit that, like, weird wrap around the corner, weird Gaston undercut crimp thing, then smash into this or not, and then go to the slot. You know, precision, timing, everything was required to make those moves work.
Your adjective of choice in describing those movements was weird.
Yeah, they were weird. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a great round, great setting. Really nice to hear your insight, Sean. I'm looking forward to having you in later. Nice to hear your insight, Dave. And you're going to be DJing the after party tonight, right?
I'm going to be DJing the after party tonight. Yeah, I have to go do some work on my set, make sure it's all proper, and get ready to stay up till like 5 a.m.
Will there be any Spice Girls?
Yeah, most of it's that. I mean, I play mostly British pop music from the 90s. I mean, I was born in the 80s, dude. It's like, of course.
Well, there you go. So
a lot of YMCA remixes.
at the car wash.
No.
Okay, so that pretty much concludes our time here on this post-comp broadcast. Sasha and I will be back at 5 p.m. with Udo Neumann. We're going to be doing a full technical analysis with video review, and then we'll be live again at 7:15 for the pre-show before the finals begins at 8. Sasha, we'll be back then. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you guys for joining us.
Pleasure.
We'll be back then. In the meantime, you can participate in the conversation, #Adidas Rockstars, and watch replays of www.adidas_rockstars.com/live.
Nailed it. Thanks so much, guys. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you at 5 p.m. Ciao.